things that I usually don't do. I usually look at myself a lot. But today I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna look how I look and live life. But as soon as I turned on the camera, I was like, why do I look like I'm I really was like, I look like I'm an odd future. Like I feel like I just look like a problematic biracial. I feel like everything about my look right now is just giving, me and my white mom just be yelling in the house, just be yelling. Just, again, it's an energy. But yeah, no, I know that I'm coming here just like a truck driver, but I promise you, I came here with good intentions. I came with good intentions. First of all, I went to Olive Garden for the first time in a time. Yeah, that's that's where we're at. That's what we're doing today. Yeah, and, and that's what we're gonna do as well. Absolutely, absolutely. And now we're here. I don't know if it's better. It's probably not. Anyways, Olive Garden really blessed me today, and I wanted to come and just do a testimony. I don't have no gospel singers with me. I don't have no choir, but if I did, bitch, if I did, it's the way I'll be. Hey, how you doing, boo? Hope you're doing well. Also, the weed that we're gonna smoke on today is called Dracula. And actually, I'm lying, bitch. I'm gonna keep smoking this other shit, bitch. It's beautiful as hell. Actually, I mean, I feel like you can't really tell how beautiful it is now. It's tragic. But the strain is called Jaw Magic. I feel like it gives you a lot of energy to talk. If you're a chatty bitch, this one's only gonna make you chattier. If you're a thinking bitch, it's only gonna make you think more. But some people said they didn't fuck with it because it gave them anxiety. So if you have anxiety, no. This one, I personally feel like the ADHD girls, the autistic girls, the girls that, yeah, I feel like it's helping me ping pong in a way that feels sustainable. I feel comfortable. Bish. Bish, Precious Jam, welcome back. But yeah, no, Olive Garden really, really blessed me today. And I just wanted to come and just sing the good news. Again, I know I come here and sometimes it's, oh yeah, my DoorDasher stole my food and then tried to call the police on me. I know sometimes it's like that, but sometimes I go to Olive Garden. Believe it or not. So, anyways, I went to Olive Garden today and I already knew what I was gonna get, that Zuppa Toscana. And for the folks that be getting the soup, the chicken gnocchi is fine. It's fine. It's fine. No shade about it. But that Zuppa Toscana, it's so basic. It's literally just cream, water, potatoes, kale, sausage. They might cheese it for you at the table. I don't care about the cheese. I feel like it's pretty good just the way it is, but ooh, that kale was so fresh. Tasted so fucking good. And I still have a bowl of it. I still have a bowl of it, bitch. Because here's the thing about the soup salad breadstick combo at Olive Garden. It is a all you can eat, bitch. I know, I know. My back just, my back just. Yes, bitch, it's all you can eat. Buffet. I know. Some of y'all are crying right now. I know. Old Town, hometown, Old Town, all the towns. We closed. I know, let's grieve. Remember when they used to cut the ham? Remember they used to cut the ham, bitch? Yeah. Yeah. But shit, my heart hurt. Anyways, like I was saying though, the all you can eat idea from Olive Garden. Chef's fucking kiss, because not only did me and this big back man eat, we ate well. And if you take away the drinks, bitch, the meal was $20. Today, I want you to tell me. Congregation, I want you to tell me, because I see you in the pew. I want you to tell me, where can you, as an American, get a feast for $20? 10 per person. You tell me now. Tell me now. Call me now. There's no free reading. Because again, there's no way that you're going to get that kind of deal. And again, if you are able to get a meal for $10 out there, I mean this kindly, but how is your pterodactyl wing? Because I know it's growing out your back. No shade. No shade. The way this food is fooding, can we still call it food? Because, babe, I ate some shit. My head started hurting. My neck hurting. Off eating some shit. That's crazy. Again, I can't trust every meal. They're taking the joy out of eating. My friend told me they got Five Guys today. She said it tasted like there was only one guy back there. I'm tired. I'm tired. Haven't we suffered enough, bitch? We're still in a parallelogram. We are still in a goddamn Panera Bread, and people are still playing with us. The food quality has gone to zero. I seen somebody yesterday with a sweet potato that was squishy. Bitch, in fact, I have my own story. I got some yellow squash because I was finally feeling like I was going to yellow squash. Somehow, they made the yellow squash feel like it wasn't rotten, but it was rotten. The master is masterful, bitch. That's all I got, because the food is not fooding. Like, it's to the point where I'm just looking at the oatmeal like, I know you're real. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, the things that I'm eating to get through, like, bitch, it's the way a Pink Lady apple is my basic. Like, a Pink Lady apple is my base. I eat a Pink Lady apple every day, maybe 2 or 3, bitch, just because, again, they're good for diabeticals. Am I diabetical? No. And I don't want to be diabetical, so I'm going to eat me an apple. They say an apple a day keeps diabetical away. I know some fat person here knows what I'm talking about. They be telling fat people all types of stuff. As a fat bitch, I've heard all types of things. I remember so many people have told me about water. Swear, so many people have told me, like, have you heard of water? So many people. Yeah, baking is good. Honestly, I saw somebody make a pizza using croissant dough. It's the way I gotta be a home chef, and I'm sad because I hate my kitchen. Like, if I liked my kitchen, I wouldn't even be this mad. But like, my kitchen sucks, and so like the way my kitchen is set up, like I'm working in a food truck, high key, bitch. Like, that's why I really hate my landlord, because she chopped up this house, and it should not be this little. Like, it's not supposed to be this little. She chopped a 2-family house into 3-family. And it's a mess. It's a mess. Like, we supposed to have an upstairs. And it shows. It very much shows. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm working in a food truck, bitch, high key. It's the way I be wearing a tank top back there with a fucking a towel over my shoulder, bitch, in there, because it's not a real kitchen, bitch. Like, honestly, they're not even giving us kitchens anymore, bitch. We're getting food trucks. Like, I make my videos for international people that watch, just so that they know, like, when y'all stream these videos at the Museum of America, y'all catch me talking about Olive Garden, honestly, because they're the only ones saving America right now. I'm feeling confident about Olive Garden. I want to look into the CEOs. I'm terrified to do it, honestly, because it's like the food's so good. Where's the money going? Ah! It's the way there's lines wrapped around McDonald's, and I'd be like, and I mean no shade when I say this, but they're no longer affordable and they're nasty. Like, there was a time for McDonald's. Trust me, I'm a big elder. I'm an obese elder. I remember McDonald's fondly. Absolutely. I remember when you could eat the pies. My voice don't gotta be girly, babe. Don't worry. You can still jack off to this. Jack off to this gristle, this gravel. All right, bitch. I'm trying to get baritone. Fuck you. Nobody is useless. Nobody's useless. We're all just having a silly little time. You ain't gotta bring it down. Damn, you got some weed over there? You got some crack? You got some snacks, at least, like something. Because honestly, I don't even mind if crack might help. I never met a mean crackhead. That's all I got. They steal, but they be nice. So I'm just saying, just try something different. Whatever ratio you got, Whatever ratio you got over there, just do that. You know, some people like incense. Just saying. It might help. You sent me a friend request on Discord. Oh no, for real. No, friend. I'm glad you're coming to the Thursday feast. Honestly, my plan is on Thursday for us to just kick it, but also me and Trilly were talking about a Secret Santa. And the plan was to do it like at first I was being crazy and I was like, maybe we could do like a $20 limit and then she like, bitch, eh, everybody not about to give out their address. I'm like, that's true. So now the plan is to give away your email address and we're gonna just do gift cards. That way that people can, it could be like a digital currency kind of situation where like you don't have to get too much information from each other, but you can still share with each other. And who knows? I think that like being able to set something up like that might mean that in the future we'll be able to maybe I don't know, do more things that are in the vein of fundraising perhaps or just contributing to each other's good time. I'm not sure. But I just thought about Secret Santa because I know that it's nice to get fucking free stuff. It's nice to get money. And I'm a sex worker. So again, I know what I feel like I had this conversation today with this man. We actually went to college, went to high school together. We're from the same town. But we stopped talking a while ago. But we started talking again today and we were talking about money. And I was like, money is so weird. Cause I was like, my thought process around money is not like probably many other people. Like I feel like I've had money and then I've not had money, and then I get money, and then I do what I can, and then I wait to get money again. But again, it's the ways that like there's no constant job or place where I'm getting money from. Like I've for like my whole life have had to figure out like multiple streams of income different ways. And so like at this point, I'm just like sometimes I'll get money and I'll really just sit there and think like, do I need to pay a bill? Nope. Do I need to buy food? Nope. And if I don't need to do certain things, I'll just send the money to someone who I love. And again, I know some people don't think like that. They can't think like that. Another bill's coming. But again, the ways that having a partner, him working as much as he's working, him being as supportive of me as he is. Like today, I got a request for a job interview. And I asked them because I'd applied to this job a long time ago. And so I was like, I'm available tomorrow to meet for an interview. I'm like, what are the hours? What's the wage? And he's like, I'm asking you about the interview. He's like, I'm doing the interview, so I'll be asking the questions. Like he literally bossed up on me asking about the wage and the hours. And I was like, girl, I'm no longer interested in this position. And I honestly hope that you have to shut your doors. And I know that's probably extreme to say, but I don't think so. And I say that because I'm a fucking stranger. I could be someone that's like I could be a customer. Like for all he knows, I love going there and getting a fucking drink. It was a barista position. So keep that in mind too. It's making coffee, bitch. Coffee and tea, heating up a motherfucking bagel. It ain't that deep. Why is he being like this? And again, it's the way I showed the text to Dane and he just laughed. He wasn't like, oh my God, like, why didn't you just act like a desperate crumb to get this shit? Like, he's like, LOL, they're bugging. And I'm like, thank God. Because again, I've told him before, like, not being able to get a job has made me feel like a fucking loser. Like, and again, I know I'm not a loser, but I felt like shitty as fuck that like I couldn't just get a job. And again, I wanna reiterate that I shared this video on Twitter and I failed to share it here, which is unfortunate. But I may have shared it in my community post, but I'm gonna double check. But basically, there's over 300,000 Black women who have been actively kicked out of the workforce. And while I'm not a Black woman, I am read a lot of times as a Black person. And so when I've been going to these job interviews, it has not been like it used to be. And I want to be candid that like I have been trying to wear my natural hair out more. And I've done the tests on both, bitch. I've done with the wig, without the wig, and they're not hiring. Like, and it's the way that Dane went to this place after I like interviewed. Like he went in like weeks after and noticed the new people that were hired. Guess what color they were? And the man who interviewed me for that position was brown. But it's the way that after he shook my hand, he wiped his fucking hand like on his pants. And I was like, I already know I'm not getting the job. Just the same way when like I walked into the room and this woman looked at me and was like, Like she looked annoyed that I was on time for my interview. Yeah. So again, I'm trying to talk about Olive Garden, but also I'm filling you in about how racism is out here. Anti-blackness is out here. It's rising, bitch. It's getting worse and worse. Damn, you're anti-black hating on people's nostrils. That is really creepy. Right. The nursing, like demoting nursing to not professional, meaning less eligible for grants and money. No, it is a direct hit to black women, especially, but not just black women and poor women. Because let's put that out there. Like, all black women are not poor. We have to put that out there because a lot of people automatically assume all black people are in the same tax bracket. But one thing that's really important to note is that there is no middle class. That's one thing I really want to leave here saying to you. There's no middle class. I'm gonna send a video in the link below because it'll say it better than me. But what it basically is saying is there's two classes: people that own labor and people that use their labor to earn survival credits from the owner. Keep that in mind. Unless you own your labor, meaning when you wake up in the morning, there's money in your account because you didn't have to do because other people are working for you. If there's money in your account because other people are working for you, then you are an owner, meaning you are a different class than the people that have to put on that outfit, go to that job, physically spend their labor, sit on that computer, be surveilled through technology that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Those things are important to note. There are some black folks that are owners. We must acknowledge that. There are some black folks that own their labor and they exploit others' labor. It's unfortunate to say that, but it's true. I'm not saying that to be making it seem like anyone black owning others' labor is automatically bad. There can be ethical moments, I'm sure, where people are working for folks and we're having conversations. But more often than not, unless you unionize, it is usually in the benefit of the owner. Usually. And so again, that person texting me back being like, I refuse to tell you what I'm going to pay you. I refuse to tell you how many hours I'm offering. Like, that right there is a moment for us to consider that man don't know my race. There's no race checking off on that. He don't know nothing about me. Even my name, like, I feel like my chosen name, if anything, it probably gives like a queer person, a they them, for the transphobes, But again, for people that may be aware of indigenous ancestry, they may be thinking I'm a First Nations person. And again, the ways that I was disrespected just for asking a question. Imagine working for that person. Yuck. And again, some people don't have a fucking choice. Some people would get a text like that and be like, okay. And they're not anything bad. Anyone that thinks they have to do something to get money, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. In fact, that might be the most sane thing you fucking do in this society, right? Is take the money however you can get it. I get that. No, you're right. Again, I don't want to make it seem like there are no black folks who are, benefiting in this time. There are no black folks in here who are escaping through, all different types of things. I don't want to ever make it seem like I don't want to ever be making it seem like there's this monolithic idea of what black folk are doing or what they're engaged in, because that's insane. One thing I will note, though, is that there is a huge desire to push black women out of the workforce, and not just the workforce, in upper areas of management. And so for some people that are here that may be fellow non-black people, like, they will hire us for entry level all day, but at this point we are absolutely being passed over for younger white people. And so with that being said, I'm not trying to ever make it seem like what's happening to me is what's happening to black women, because again, a lot of, I'm going to be super honest with you. A lot of the times when I don't get the job, it's very much like I know why. I can see what's happening. And again, a lot of times it's just it's blatantly anti-blackness, but it's in this way where like they'll try to like make it seem reasonable. Like they'll try to say something to make it seem reasonable. Like I go to the shop to get some supplies, herbs and shit. It's basically an old white man that somehow has figured out all types of international contracts and has things that are very nice to have. Again, just random herbs and shit, different types of chocolate and shit. Like he very much savvy. But he had put up a flyer around the store being like he looking for help. And I popped up on him and I hadn't been there in a little bit, but like I go there. But it's still bougie. Like, and that's the shadiest part about it is like if you want to go there, it's a fill up station. If you run out of salt, you can go there and get salt for full cost. Like you're not paying for the packaging. Like I want you to consider that when you go to the store, you paying for the package. You're not always paying for what the fuck is inside. You're a lot of times paying for them to put that logo on the box, buy the box, ship the shit. Like there's a lot of money that goes into all that packaging. And so he has figured out a way to supply large quantities of things such as sugar, honey, oils, all different types of stuff that again is not that easy to find, but also common things. You can go there and fill up a bunch of Castile soap. I want to say he's charging like maybe $5 a gallon for Castile soap because he got a big ass vat of it. He don't need to charge crazy prices for the Castile soap because he's getting a deal. So he transfers it to the customer, which is nice. However, because he is an old white man, I've noticed that it's mostly white people that work up in there. So when I went to go ask to work there, I already knew I probably wasn't going to get it. But it's the way that he said to me, I haven't really seen you around. And I literally just looked at him and started laughing because it's like, you're not advertising nowhere but the store. Like, that's the thing that was funny is like, there's literally signs up that say you need help. And now I can't help you because you ain't seen me before. I was dying laughing. I was like, girl, like you would really think this was like a fucking big box store. This is a little hole in the wall. And he really trying to play me like, I ain't never seen you here, girl. And it's the way that I left a review on his shit. And I literally was like, the owner is racist. Like he literally said that he doesn't hire people of color unless he's seen you around. And so that's that on that. Like I just feel like I'm done like being silent about any of the shit that happens like that I see. Cause again, they'll literally let me know without letting me know that like they're not fucking with me. And honestly, if they're not fucking with me and I have as much privilege as I had in the past, I really wonder what that looks like. And again, I don't have to wonder because again, Dane white passing ass went into the spot and saw who was hired, the whites. And so again, it's the ways that like I'm never trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm being impacted more than a black woman. Absolutely not. Again, the ways that I've been able to work, the ways that I've been candid about being a sex worker and people still support me in my plant space is really great. I don't know many whores that also get to be plant workers. I don't know too many. But again, it's the ways that like being as transparent as I've been is the only reason why I'm still existing and alive, which is really ridiculous. But at the same time, white supremacy is it's confusing, isn't it? It's very confusing. I know. It's what's even more confusing? The most danger I've been in is dealing with white people on the ground. It's the most danger I've been in. Real talk, trusting white people every time. That's been the danger. It's really funny when you think about what the world tries to tell you is dangerous. It's white people, especially if they're mad. And here's the thing, there are some older black women breaking silence about how some black women at the jobs at working experiences have not been kind. And I want to be candid with y'all. I feel like I uplifted a conversation for sure. But one thing I want to be honest about is that most black women have been very nice to me. So like I don't ever want to be sitting up here operating like, oh, I know what that's like, because honestly, even at the job, even when it was a girly that was a mixed girly who thought she was a black girly, they were nice. Like they were very supportive. Honestly, the only person that like there was a mixed girl. There were two mixed girls, but one of them was like, I'm 50-50. So the 50-50 was acting very white. And the other one was like, I'm going to talk to the cops and tell them what happened. And then she got fired. So again, it's the ways that like when I really look back at it, like there's always women who are thinking they're black or have majority black ancestry, are showing up in the world more black looking, however the fuck you want to say it, that have been kind to me. So I don't want to be operating like, oh, I know what that's like. But again, I don't want to be dismissive because again, if black women are having a conversation that involves them being hurt, I want to be a listener. But I also don't want to be making up stories about how black women have treated me poorly, because I feel like even on some interpersonal shit, I feel like I've gotten a lot of grace, especially from black women who had a lot of empathy for me. So again, I want to be a listener. I want to be holding space for conversations that are unfolding. And I also want to say that like there are times where like, again, colonized behavior is really what it is. But it hurts more when someone looks like you and they do the shit. And so I'm holding that as well. That like there have been other fat femmes that have hurt me. And I'm like, damn, not you. After all the chub rub boils we've talked about, like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to minimize, but I'm just saying, like, when you're in group, you be like, not you. And again, that person really don't owe us better behavior when you really think about it. But it does hurt more. And I'm not gonna waver on that. It hurts more, but at the same time, the way we expect the oppressed to be better than the colonized. And again, I'm not ever trying to say that people can't be decolonizing, shouldn't be decolonizing. Sure. But there's moments where I can see that like people need love and support and care. And until they get it, they don't give a fuck about decolonizing. And I used to be there. I have empathy. Astro Hobbs, I'm wondering, do you want to talk more about what's happening at the job and like what field it is? Like, you don't have to give too much personal information, but if you want to break silence, because you may find that there's someone else here who's maybe in a similar industry, maybe has another perspective close to yours in a different industry, related. Word. And see, that's the thing. I feel like that's the hardest part about oppression, is like we want to believe that people in group are gonna see us. Damn. You know, I've heard about it being very male dominated, and so again, of course, you would want the femmes to get together and connect. Like it's hurtful sometimes, like to be around femmes and know that there's a limit about what we can talk about. And I remember sitting with a bunch of mixed femmes. We were all sitting together, and it's the way that the conversation was just bizarre. One girl telling me she Lilith and the devil connected. I'm like, all right, like whatever the fuck that means. Like, again, it's the ways that like sitting amongst mixed people. And I'll be real with you. There was a part of me that was hurt that the 50-50 girl didn't say shit, but there was a part of me that's like, what's she gonna say? She don't want to get fired, and she done seen enough people get snatched up and moved out the way to know that that's what's gonna happen. Like the way the cops came, and she didn't say shit, knowing that she was there. But again, like it wasn't worth it to her to break silence, and I get it. Again, as someone who hasn't been able to find a job since that moment, I can empathize with being like, you know what, I'm gonna be quiet. But again, it's the ways that like I've been able to do so many other things to make money. So that's my privilege in this, is that I can see that, like, you know, I don't want to say I see both sides, but I understand why somebody is not gonna jump up for you, because again, this world is crazy as fuck. And even when I got fired, the world was crazy as fuck. And again, having so many men in your industry and then looking at other femmes, especially ones that look like you, and feeling like we should be connecting, and then feeling like we're not. And again, I said before, like I used to think being around white people was the safer space. And it's unfortunate because I think about the ways that like white people are deracialized in our society. Like they're like they are, but they aren't. At this point, they're having their white essence happening right now. Like white people are having their racializing moment full scale, and it's one of those moments where there are white people saying all types of things that they've never said before. And I want us to just hold that just as much as we are in the midst of so many Black folks who have the autonomy to communicate about their experience. Like, I want people to just think about how important that is, but also how many folks who may be here know they could never turn the camera on because of what abuse is unfolding or what people may say about them just for turning on the camera. Those things do bombard and plague many people, not just Black folk, but it's the ways that in community I've definitely heard from my own experiences being around Black folks and having Black folks tell me, you shouldn't have said that. Like, I've definitely had moments where Black folks have pulled me aside to tell me I fucked up. And I want to be candid that, like, there are going to be moments like that for Black folks. And I'm hoping that they realize you don't owe anyone any kind of behavior, even though it may seem like it. And I'm not saying for you to go against anybody Black just to be edgy. What I'm trying to offer is, like, if someone's expecting you to say something that you really don't feel, don't say it. And maybe push back on them and ask why you have to say things like this or why you have to talk like this. Like, I literally had a conversation with somebody a couple of days ago on Twitter where they were saying something, and I feel like I was talking about this the other day, but let's take a moment. This might be triggering for some folks, and so I'm going to take a moment, but I'm going to say, like, trigger warning for erasure, trigger warning for erasure coming from inside the house. But I've had a couple conversations, and I've also heard a couple conversations. I've also seen a couple conversations where there are some Black folks who really don't want mixed people not in their spaces. And I just want to say that that is not something I really want to comment about, but I do want to name that there was a moment where I was talking to a Black woman who was saying that Black women carry the superior mixed people. And while I know that it may seem like a positive comment, I want people to consider that there is no mixed person who is less mixed or more Black because of this or that thing. And it's really dangerous to talk like that because it does essentialize Blackness and it harms Black people. It makes it seem as if there's a certain type of behavior or way to be the right kind of Black person, and anyone light skinned and mixed engaged in that is honestly a lot of times essentializing what it means to be Black in a way that, again, is minimizing. There are so many moments where Black folks will say, or someone Black will say, Black folks don't do this. And there will be so many Black people who say, yes, we do. And it'll be awkward because, honestly, on one hand, the person who's saying we don't do this may be wanting to have a conversation about how great this thing that they do is, but the way it's framed, it forces some Black folks to feel like they have to justify or explain why they like this thing and they're still Black. And it's awkward because, again, it's very much a conversation that is connected to mixed people debasing and decentering Blackness. And I remember somebody said in the live one time, J. Cole has a Black soul. And I literally paused and was like, and they were trying to tell me I had a white soul. And I was like, girl, like, I'm at this point, I'm hoping my point is coming across that, like, people are using Black and white in this way to, again, denote worth. And I know we've always done that. This is not anything new. However, people think oppression flipped on its head is no longer oppression. The same way people say that biracials with Black fathers are problematic, it's very much in the same vein because, again, we're positing that all these people that we don't know who have fathers who happen to be Black are operating in some kind of way. Listen, racism, anti-Blackness goes deep, friends. It's very unfortunate. But again, because I'm a mixed person, I'm usually in conversation with other mixed people who are saying wayward things because I'm definitely trying to attempt to intervene in a way that makes sense. I definitely used to be the kind of person that would just cuss you the fuck out and tell you you're bugging. I've evolved. I've now upgraded to sharing the works of Black folks who are already having these conversations. I feel like that's the best way to fight at this point, because again, I usually don't have much to say, but in terms of like what that person is doing, because again, I probably did it too. So I'm trying in ways to share with them something that comes from me unlearning as well, because that's what I think might maybe turn people on to intervention in a way that makes sense moving forward. Because again, sometimes you don't have the range. Sometimes I see conversations unfolding and I'm just like, ooh, I don't want to take this on, but I'm gonna share a link. And again, getting back to my original point, there was a Black woman who was saying like black women have the superior biracials, like the mixed people that come out of Black women are better mixed people. Saying things such as like, mothers gift their culture, mothers gift, all types of things. And it was awkward because again, it posits that all Black women have the same kind of thought process around Blackness, and they don't. There are some Black women who really are sensitive to the idea of identity and holding it. And again, it's not on some like devaluing shit in terms of like them thinking lesser of Black, the identity or the word, but in ways they're aware that it's bullshit and that they're a whole person and that like they've been called something, but their history, their lineage could never be described that way. Again, I'm not trying to say that everybody is going to understand, but that's the beauty of this conversation, right? That we don't know all Black people, right? We know that. We know we don't know all Black people. And honestly, if you have connection with someone Black, you still don't fucking know them all the way. I'm sure they could surprise you. And I'm really hoping people hold space for that reality that there are so many different ways to be. And that when you're looking at a Black person and expecting a certain type of behavior, you are dehumanizing them. And again, it's the ways that whiteness dehumanizes white people already. Like the idea that anybody white has to behave a certain way, they're already living that hell. And so I see some folks trying to think that, like, oh, yeah, like these Black women are going to give like the right light skinned people, the right mixed people. And it's like, that's putting a lot of labor on Black women, don't y'all think? Don't y'all think? Don't y'all think? Like, isn't that putting a lot on the parents to say that they're gonna create a superior mixed, a superior privileged person? Isn't that a strange thing to put on somebody? Again, I'm just wanting us to ask questions and just use a little bit of deductive reasoning. Just consider what words are meaning and what people are trying to say. I mean, Annie, I hear you. I think unfortunately for a lot of people out here, when you're raised by someone who doesn't look like you, and again, they're not really thinking deeply about that, that can be a hard thing. And so I think that unfortunately for all of us, I think that making sweeping statements about mixed people and their connection to Black women, it's eugenics. And I know we don't want to talk about it. I know, but it's really positing that a Black woman should fuck someone who doesn't look like her to create a child that doesn't look like her, and that child is going to be the hope of the future. I really want us to look into a video called Are Deep Dark Skin People in the Future? I want people to look into that video and I'm going to post it below because you need to watch it. This video details the ways that we've already been talking about mixed people in the future. The future is beige, the future is light skinned, the future is yellow, the future is honey colored, the future is people that are not deep dark skin. That has already been out there. This is not new information. And unfortunately, a lot of desire is hinging on wanting Black women to correct what Black men have done by having sex with white women who are racist. It's awkward, but I really want us to hold that, like, if a Black woman is being loved by someone who's non-Black, that's great. We'd love to see it. But positing that that relationship with that person is going to result in some sort of positive future for humanity, I really need us to get with it. It's very much giving Sally Hemings. It's very much giving. I just want people to look up Sally Hemings for me. I'm gonna post a link. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. But I want people to consider the ways people talk about people swirling, and it's such a good story. And again, I'm saying this as someone that's aware that some people may think that like I have a personal because my mom is white passing, when really, if you really want to go there, my mom cosplaying, taking on identity, holding that she's a black woman, operating in a way that she thinks black women operate, that for sure was a psychological experiment. But one thing's for sure, as I've said before, many black women have treated me very kindly. So, with that being said, I'm never trying to make it seem like a black mother would be a terrible thing to have for anyone. What I'm trying to offer is that it's telling black women what to do with their reproductive system. They're saying, you don't fuck a black man, fuck a non-black man, and have the superior biracials that we need, because these biracials are bad. The conversation around mixed people is heating up, and I don't know if people are listening, and I understand if you're not. I understand if you're not. I understand if you're not. Listen, I was looking at a video and the man's name was Mulatto Vanguard. I don't want no bullying. I already said that. I don't want no bullying, but they're literally all fighting in there. It's very weird. It's like a bunch of mixed people want to make it seem like black people are mad at them. And it's bizarre. Like it's very bizarre because again, there are some black folks that are very upset about mixed people being in their space. But black folks attacking mixed people, harming black like mixed people, it's just awkward because I'm never gonna say that no one mixed has been harmed by no one black. Like I'm not gonna do that. That's silly. But to make it seem like there is a epidemic of black harm against mixed people is so fucking just dangerous and a lie. But again, this is coming up while people are telling black women to fuck non-black people and create mixed people. Yeah, I just want people to consider the conversations that are happening, why they're happening, what they're supposed to make us do, and the ways that people are really loving the white passings right these days, and there's a reason for that too. Here's the thing. I'm speaking for people that are mixed with black ancestry. I know that mixed is a whole identity. I know there are people that are mixed with different ancestry for sure. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the most vocal mixed people are mixed people that have black ancestry. And so I'm talking specifically about people who name themselves people who take on the language mulatto. That's a separate type of mixed energy. And I'm going to just hold space for that too, because again, being mixed is an identity that people don't talk about enough. Like I remember somebody telling me mixed is not an identity, and I'm like, it is. But again, it's the ways that I've also heard mixed people with black ancestry are the most marginalized mixed people. And I was like, ooh, that sounds dangerous. That sounds like a very dangerous word. That sounds like dangerous words to be using for people that are usually like when we're talking about people who are mixed with black ancestry, like who are we like that there's no look that comes to mind. That's a really broad statement, and you're saying that mixed people who are mixed with black ancestry are the most marginalized when that's not true. It's not true. Between me and you, the most marginalized mixed people are mixed people who do not look mixed in the idea of colorism. The most marginalized mixed people are darker skinned mixed people who do not get seen as mixed and go through the brunt of anti-blackness along with deep dark skinned people. Again, there are brown skin and darker skinned mixed people. They exist. They exist. And again, it's the ways that like when we talk about mixedness, there's this desire to say like we're being harmed. When really what's happening is a lot of us don't have any kind of confidence in mixed identity. And honestly, because our community has been so harmful, I can understand why. But at the same time, just like white people still gotta be white tomorrow, they still have to listen today, and they still have to hold it today, and they still have to apply it today. So again, I am a whole mixed person. I don't like to chop it up and think that like there's differences in mixed people, but I will hold that again, the most marginalized mixed people are mixed people who cannot shift out of being read as black. And so again, it's the ways that when that person said that though, they were a fellow light-skinned person who literally was trying to let me know, no, 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 we're not privileged. We're going through the same thing as deep dark-skinned black people who are unambiguously racial, or who are unambiguous, yeah, who are unambiguously racial. And so, again, there are moments when I try to intervene because there are mixed people attempting to have an identity, but a lot of it, unfortunately, is looking very white. There's a lot of moments where a lot of mixed people are trying to create communities around being angry at black people, at white people. And it's bizarre because, again, we can be mad at white people and we can be mad at colonized behavior. Us being mad at black folks, what is the point of this? Sure, you can have individual anger for individuals who hurt you, sure. But making these sweeping statements about black folks hurting you is just so bizarre to me because, again, even if somebody black hurt your feelings, I bet you it was calling you wash and go, wasn't it? I bet the stakes were really fucking low. And again, this is not me trying to minimize harm that happens to mixed people, but they really tried to say I hate mixed people. And it was awkward as hell because, again, it's the ways that, like, this is not what I thought about when I was thinking about telling people that I'm mixed and holding that as my identity and not like gaslighting people or being manipulative like in the way that I was in the past. It doesn't matter that I didn't know. That's what was happening. I was taking on black identity. I was thinking I was a black person. I was being told I was a black person. There were black people pushing back on me as I started to unlearn the identity or as I started to unlearn the ways that I was being erasing. There were some black folks who unfortunately who were like I've said this before, there was a black man who told me, you know, your mom chose black. She intentionally created you. Like there was a black man absolutely trying to get me to see, like, can't you see? Can't you see? Like your mom wanted you to be black. And again, I must talk about this because there's some mixed people who might be around, fellow mixed people, or even some black folks who are still colonized in their thinking. And unfortunately, the colonization is not just about telling us that we should be grateful that our white parent, that our white looking parent, that our non-black parent chose black. There are also people who are positing that, you know, this is getting silly. Like at what point are we black? At what percentage? Like again, the conversation goes so many different ways. And so I don't really talk about people's personal identity. Like I don't, unless that we're friends, then I'll check in. But again, I checked in with a friend recently about calling herself black, and her energy was very much like, well, I don't know. I don't know. And it was awkward because it's like she still doesn't realize that like she's holding a reality that other black people can't really do anything about. Like that's the thing about it. It's like it was rare that anyone ever said anything to me. I'm not saying never, but it was rare anyone ever said anything to me. And I had to hold that. Part of that was the collective clearly validating me as a black person. So saying I'm not a black person might have meant going to war. And again, it's the way I've said Beyonce was mixed casually. Sweetie, that day, my phone was hot. The phone almost blew up that day. Woo! The day I said Beyonce knows the day I said Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, or Carter Knowles, I can't remember. But when I said that she was also mixed like her mom, people ate me up. I'm not gonna post none of the tweets because I don't want to get hurt again. But again, people were really eating me up on that day. And again, it's the way that when a mixed person says that they're a black person, I really feel like at this point, it's very interesting to see how people respond. And again, it's not on anybody black to be telling somebody that they're mixed. It's not y'all's job. Please know that. But I understand doing it. Trust me, I do. Again, though, feel free to tap me in. Trust me, I got you. I'm gonna do it respectfully, but I'm not going to let them keep on gaslighting. I got you. I got you. I got you. Just hit me up. Just you don't even gotta talk to me. You could literally just tag me in the comments, and I got you. But again, it's the ways that I'm trying my best to lead with links, information. I'm not trying to lead with like being rude to people because again, this is a psychological operation. Like I literally had to break an illusion in my mind about who I was. Like I literally thought I was a black person because I was being told that, and no matter what I did, like again, it's the ways I would ask my mom, like, you know, people are saying you're white. Like I would be trying to talk and I couldn't. And again, there's a video I'm gonna post below that I posted before about black psychoanalysts speaking about their experiences with race. And this one woman's story always had me like just really thinking about how like when you're young and people tell you certain things, like nobody told me about white or black when I was young. No one talked to me about that. And so I remember in the video, this woman says, you know, she said she was at the grocery store with her mom and she said she saw a white person for the first time. And she said she saw a person that she said she never really saw before. And she asked her mom, like, you know, why does that woman look like that? Like was trying to understand like what's happening. I'm sorry. Sorry, I know it sounds shady. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She was a child, you know? But anyways, she saw a white person for the first time at the grocery store with her mom. And her mom was like, she's white. And she said that as a child, she started to like sing, I'm white, she's white, he's white. And she said that my mom got very angry with me. And it was very fascinating to think about it like that. That like a black child being told about whiteness and then saying, I'm white and laughing and pointing at black people and saying, you're white. And her mother, obviously a black woman, is like, no, 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 no. And again, it's the ways that like when you get new information as a kid, like you don't know how important it is. You don't know what it means to be adult, right? But again, the ways that like the mother was clearly trying to explain to her daughter, like that is a white person. But again, at what age do you tell somebody like what's happening? And again, even that moment and her sharing it like she did. And again, the ways that as a kid, she probably felt like, what the fuck did I do wrong? And again, the ways that even now, what did she do wrong? Again, this is why I share content that I do in the links below, because there will be moments where you as a black person perhaps will be like, what the fuck is happening? And again, you're not crazy. In fact, we are living in a psychological operation. And if you got here, woo! I'm glad because again, people are not really wanting to have these conversations and it's for a reason. And it's embarrassing. I think that's part of it too. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And again, it's the ways that like when you've operated very colonized, it's embarrassing. I've been embarrassed. Absolutely. I've looked at some of my old content and was like, yikes. Like somebody gave me a shout out and then I watched the video and was like, oh God. And again, don't get me wrong. I'm not deleting no content. Like I'm just gonna just let it live. Like I feel like as long as it's not too fucking crazy, and I don't even know why I'm even saying that. Yeah, I had ice cream the whole time. Leave me alone. That should be hard as hell at first. I had to let it soften up, bitch. I get it because identity is very personal. Some may think it's not your or anyone else's place to tell someone what they are or aren't. And see, that's the thing. At some point, somebody tells us mixed people that we're black. Somebody tells us that. I just want to put that out there. Like all mixed people that say that they're black, somebody told us that. Somebody that we might love. Somebody who might also not be black, who needs us to think we're black. That was my story. My mom is white passing. I believe she had children with browner skinned men to have children that were of color to go with her story. We were brown props. Sure. There are a lot of mixed people. I hate to say it. There are a lot of mixed people who want to be black. They want to be that, especially once they learn about the one drop rule and erasure. Like I've lost friends over this. There's a bitch doing magic on me right now over this. Swear. She literally thinks I'm trying to take away her blackness. I was simply talking about my life. she literally took it really personal. And like she's one of those mixed people who are like, oh well, I have type 3 hair, so I was there too though. I also used to think I had type 4 hair. Also, sidebar, this is really random. But there was a person who made a video recently who was like, please stop saying y'all have type 4 hair. And it was awkward because honestly, I definitely used to think I had type 4 hair. And again, it's the ways that like I just had uncared for hair. Like my white mom wasn't caring for my hair. But again, it's the ways that like depending on what you're going through, you're gonna think that you are overly connected to black people. And again, it's the ways that I again used to think I had a whole different fucking hair texture than I did, and nobody said anything. And again, I'm not saying it's anybody's job, but it's the ways that like some of us mixed people will just say any fucking thing and people will just roll with it. Or they know if they say something, it could be a fight. I mean, here's the thing, like when like I've definitely told people I'm white just to see what they would think. And like it's been funny because like they be trying to fight with me. And I'm like, I have a white mom. Like that's what I always say. I'm like, my mom is white. I have a white grandmother. Like I'll just fuck with them sometimes. It's fun. I mean, yes, no, she really is doing magic on me, bitch. Brujeria. She got a white Latino mama. She's bugging out. I know, bitch. It's funny though. It's funny to me, but it's a mess. Like my thing is this: she's mad because I was talking about how people like because again it was the same conversation. It's like people be saying that people who are mixed with people who have black mothers are the better biracials, and she was getting mad because I was saying, that's not true. I was saying we're all fucked up. And she got mad at that, but I was like, there's no special or perfect type of mixed person. Like, stop doing that shit. And again, I'm thinking it makes more sense to say all mixed people have access to harm. We have the power to harm. We have the power to spread misinformation about identity. It's the way that I literally was thinking I was black. I'll never know how much harm unfolded by me communicating with certain folk. I'll never be able to really quantify that, which is again part of why it's so important for me to be public about the things that I'm talking about or the things I've been learning, the things I've been unlearning. Because again, I want there to be a shortcut for somebody. I want somebody to not have to go through all the bullshit of believing wayward mixed people and be able to like snap into allyship, snap into being someone who uplifts and amplifies. Again, I know a lot of mixed people who look at my content and they just be like, and again, I'm not going to act like if I was you, I wouldn't be doing similar things. But at this point, I can't be quiet about it. Like, it feels really wild to notice like how many people don't care about me because I'm being candid about being complicit in harm. You would think that like, I don't know. I'm not even going to go too deep into it, but what I'm trying to offer is like, it feels weird sometimes to know that some mixed people don't talk to me anymore because I'm not performing in a way that makes them comfortable. Because me talking implicates them in harm. And it sucks because again, I wish they would hold that like me too. But they never think like that. They always think like she's better than me because she knows this stuff. I don't know anything. I'm sharing content that you could share too. That's what hurts the most. Like you could do similar things. Also, and this is slightly unrelated, but I've been sharing this link for the Loveland Foundation. It's basically a fund that offers money to Black women and Black queer people, Black trans people, Black people who are not men. I'm gonna put an asterisk on that. This is not for cis men. It is for trans folk, but it is called the Loveland Foundation. And the desire was to get money in the hands of Black femmes, Black women, Black trans folk who need therapy and who can't afford it. And so this money, I believe, goes directly to you for paying for your therapy. And I want to say I found out about it because Meghan Markle donated a large amount to it. And every now and then I'll tag her and be like, "Hey, Megan." Because again, like, why not? And again, if you're a mixed person in here, let's tap our sister. She loves to give big amounts of money to black organizations, doesn't she? Let's remind her. She's going for those titles again, remember? Let's make sure that she remembers. I mean, hear me out. Annie, you are magical. You do have power. I feel like that's the thing about magic, about gifts. Some of y'all have them right now. Like some of y'all be having dreams. Some of y'all be having some of y'all could feel the energy in the room shift. Like some of y'all really be getting downloads and be ignoring them. And this is not me trying to sell anything other than if you have it in the budget to get your tarot cards, please do. No one got to gift them to you. Get them for yourself so you can pick some messages out for yourself, please. Y'all deserve it. Y'all really deserve it. Sidebar, I think Ren said for I want to say Ren said for Thanksgiving they were down to do tarot. And I was thinking I would do it too. I'm not sure what Ren's energy is on the tarot because I really want to pull for some dead shit. I want to pull for the waste. I want to pull for the stuff that needs to come out. You know, the extraction. But I'm not sure all the way. But with that being said, about the magical stuff, like I know that she's doing magic on me because it's the way that so many people dipped on me. And I already know what she did. I know she done fucking lied and tried to make it seem like I told her she's not black. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. All I said was, we're all not shit. But she got mad because, again, it's the ways that I'd rather people just think of mixed people as ops. It's safer for you. Again, just the same way I think of white people as ops. It's safer for me because if they're going to be good, they'll show that. If they're going to be meaningful and impactful, they'll show that. We'll show that. Like, I just want people to hold that, like, there are going to be some black people who try to hold mixed people closer. And there's no need to do that. I know that there's a desire to want to be one, want to be in solidarity, want to love on people, want to maybe help people, but I want to hold that like there are people out there who will exploit that labor. And there are people out there talking about black people really crazy. And I hope black folks know y'all could do less. Please do less. Do fucking less. Let people show you what they mean, how they're gonna show up for you. And I know I got off topic of foundation, but I brought it up to name that Loveland Foundation org is currently taking a waiting list. They have a waiting list right now. So they're not taking new members right now, but there is a waiting list. You can get on it. I'll post a link below. And I want to also say that if you're a non-black person and you're here, what up, bitch? Hey, they could use some donations. And so if you can't do it yourself, I want you to take that link and let other people know. Yes, think about it. That's so easy. It's called direct action, believe it or not. When you see something that could help and you just do it. When you notice that someone is flying a flyer and you can just post it because it doesn't mean anything other than we want to make sure that person gets some food, right? We want to make sure that person gets their goal, right? I just want people to consider that donating to the Loveland Foundation means that there's going to be a black woman out there, a black trans person out there, a black queer person out there, a black person out there who has perhaps gone through some really fucked up shit and really needs someone to validate them and really might need some scripts, might need some medication, might need a lot of things for compound grief. I just want us to consider the ways that there are big conversations happening around reparations right now as well. And like that right there too leads me to say that like reparations from the government the next 4 years, some people thinking they're about to get a 4K check from Trump. I want people to consider the ways that they can show up right now. Right now, you could do something right now. I provide so many links. You can take them and share them. It's not performative to make sure people have food. It's not performative to make sure people have access to care. It's not. But again, I've seen people just watch me and just be so weird. And it's like, y'all could post the content. You don't even need to share it from me. As I've said multiple times, you can go right to the sources which are provided. And because I'm providing sources on my account, I'm shadow banned now. So now because I'm not getting any support, people aren't sharing any of my content, people aren't uplifting me, now I'm literally buried. So again, I'm just saying all this to say that this isn't about me, but I am trying, but some of y'all are just watching and y'all can help. I'm not talking to anybody black. I want all the black folks to just lose your ears. But for the rest of y'all, because I know y'all still here, please, like, do not just sit on the sidelines of this. Like, this is the new world. The new world has white supremacist pedophiles running shit. And the people that are showing love, the crackheads, the people on EBT that ain't got it no more. A lot of people that are being helpful right now are not going to be the people in suits and ties and nice clothes. It's not. A lot of people still trying to keep whatever the fuck they have. Some of us never had nothing to fucking lose, bitch. I just want y'all to hold that. There's a reason why I'm so abundant with y'all. It's because I've been shared with. People have been abundant with me. I'm simply giving it back. There are so many people benefiting from my content, and I would really appreciate it if people would just look at what I'm offering and just share. I don't want any of your money. Thank you for sharing with me if you have. But please do not let the words of the marginalized folks that I share just sit on the page. That shit sucks. And we're also, as I said before, in the last stage of genocide, which means a lot of content is going lost. A lot of black folks have left the internet. There are black folks that leave the internet because of bullying every fucking day. Fuck writing amazing things. Like, I thought one of my favorite content creators had left the internet again, and I'm grateful that they're behind the paywall. So grateful to see that. But it's the way that, again, there are so many people that will not be able to afford some of their content, and it's necessary. You have night terrors, friend? Loki, Aleem, if you don't mind, I would love it if you DM'd me because, and this is going to sound how it sounds, but when I did my birth chart reading, and again, if you don't care about tarot, zodiac astrology, you're not going to care about this part. But when I was reading my birth chart, like I was really getting into the degrees. Like that's an important thing, friends. Like if you have any time to look at your birth chart, look at your degrees and Google them. I found out that I am someone that is extremely experienced in grief. Like I'm someone that knows like how to go into pain and be able to still heal through that. And again, it's been wild to experience like the renewal, the constant renewal. It's been wild, but again, it's the ways that my chart literally illustrates that part of my journey is to destroy systems and to rebuild them. And it literally told me I'm part of the new earth before I started saying shit like that. And so like a lot of things I've said in my videos, my birth chart literally said to me, and it fucked me up to read because I'm just like, yo, like it was saying at one point, it was like sometimes you're walking somewhere and you know like this ain't good. Like sometimes you can feel just this, okay, and this is gonna be random, but there was a girlie who had robbed me and I didn't get my lick back and I was mad, bitch. And I was walking for a long time and I didn't have to walk, but I had walked instead of rode my bike. And I don't know why I did that, but now I know. But I was walking and I was just looking around because like I had walked somewhere and and nothing happened where I was supposed to be. And so I was like, I know I didn't just walk here for no reason. I kept saying to myself, I know I'm about to see something crazy. And sure enough, I saw the bitch who owed me some money. That's where I laid on the bitch. That's when I laid on that bitch and just was like, fuck you, bitch. Again, I'm not a fighter. That's why I rolled on her like an 18-wheeler. I can't fight, but I just rolled on her. And an old man had to get me off of her. I was about to lay on her for as long as I could. I literally wasn't going to get off of her. I was going to lay on her and just keep telling her, see, this is why you don't rob people, bitch. You might get flattened on the street. I'm stupid, but I have a good time. Anyways, but like I said, my birth chart literally told me like there be moments that be happening and I can literally feel like the deja vu, like it's happening again. And they're like, believe it. They're like, don't think it's a coincidence. Like what you feel, like that's familiar, go with it. And again, there are so many people with placements that, again, the degree name will give you so much. Again, if anybody wants to share a degree, with us, please let me know. Please let me know. But I'm about to share my Sagittarius degree with y'all. Cause this degree, swear to God, like tell me, first of all, this is the 18th degree, bitch. This is the 18th degree. What does 1 and 8 make? Again, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that at the time. Sagittarius 18, tiny children in sunbonnets. This is a symbol of man's very common self-cloistering on the practical side of experience, or of the individual's capacity to give primary and needed attention to his own personal affairs. Normality is idealized as a corrective for the self-diffusion or frustration which follows from any inadequacy of contact with others. Here is a happy and full participation in everyday living, aided by some suitable and chosen role in life. When positive, the degree is continual and complete protection of self through its exploration of its own potentials and its exploitation of opportunities. And when negative, witless retreat to a wholly infantile self-assertiveness, which again could describe past behavior where I was being very childish and like the way I was responding. And now I'm like, eh. But also, this is the other one. This is the other one that I read that had me like, ooh, like when they described this one like hadn't stopped me in my tracks. And again, this is my moon sign. Your moon is who you are when nobody's really influencing you. Like your moon is like your real energy. Your sun is usually how you present. Like when people first meet you, they're meeting the sun. When people really sit with you in community, they get the moon. So keep that in mind. Anyways, getting back to it. So also, if you want to find your degrees, you're going to type in the sign zodiac.net and then /degrees and it'll pop up. But okay, so tell me if bitch, rose petals scattered on a path. My moon sign. My real energy, bitch. My real protection, guidance, grace dispensation. Offered a way to move right through the middle of life's labyrinths and stay straight on. Your innate sanctity preserves you against the play of the opposites. You stay singular, straightforward, throwing off complications and conundrums. You stick with what is sweet and eternal. Most essentially, you wear a cloak of innocence, a tightly fitting garment of unworldliness. Yes, bitch, unworldly. You heard me. And as you pass for a fortunate and blessed soul, it all turns out to be true. And again, I couldn't disagree. How many times I've been homeless, bitch? You see me outside? You see me outside? How many times I've been crying on the internet? People played me, and what happened? Again, I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm so lucky. It's not about luck. It's about the fact that I'm protected because my energy is very much like, I said what the fuck I said. Like, I'm not trying to trick nobody. I want to be as candid as possible. So if you don't fuck with me, we know why. I don't prefer to like talk in code, be confusing. No need for that. And again, the energy of your moon is very much like what is at the end of the day, what's there. And so I have to just hold that, like, when I read that, I am very protected. There have been so many moments where I was just like, I really don't know how I got through this, but I did. And again, I can't claim it's a higher power. It's not. Like, I really, like, this is the most unhinged take I have. I really feel like I've been here before and my soul remembers. And I feel like taking plant medicine really is what got me thinking more in that way, that like there's times where I think just some of us have really been here before, and I think that that's a harder life to live. And like again, one of my degrees literally told me, you've been here before, and so your subconscious is like, they were saying that like my consciousness is gone, which is funny because it's true. I don't thrive when I have to be present and on point. Like, you can hear how I speak. Like, I'm not, like, there are times where I say stuff and I don't even know where the fuck it came from. Like, that's even more fucking wild. But it literally, my birth chart literally told me, it was like, you are being used by astral forces. And I was like, I believe you. Again, look into your degrees because it'll tell you like what gifts you really have. I know that part of my gifts is communication. That's why I started looking to empathetic listening. Then I started looking into my birth chart even more, and I started noticing that one of my degrees literally describes someone taking the dead to, to the other side. And I think about the ways that just how like I'm always the friend that's very much open to talk about painful things, and they don't stick to me because I again I've done that grief work, but again until I did, I used to feel like, damn, why everybody telling me this shit? Like I used to be really annoyed, like people tell me the fucking worst stuff, and now I realize, not saying everybody gets access to me to tell me terrible things, but there's definitely moments where I can empathize because again I've been there, and again it's the ways that grief doesn't scare me. Like I am scared of some things, but it's funny, like the things I'm scared of are things that people will probably be like, that's what scares you. And it's funny because again it's just it makes you really think about what fear really is. A lot of times it's just, being seen, doing something new. Whew. Again, like I said, look into your fucking birth chart because some of y'all are magical as fuck. A lot of y'all are probably magical as fuck, but where do you start? I get it. Again, I've been reading zodiac horoscopes since I was a kid, since I was able to get on the internet. That was the only thing I really cared about. And so it makes sense why at some point I would find out that the degrees mean something not early enough. But trust me, if you look at into the degrees, please share them if you want to. I have one aqua placement, bitch, and it's in my Venus. I'm just so blessed, bitch. Like honestly, I feel like I'm so blessed with that aqua Venus. I feel like that's really what saves me. Like that and my Sag moon. My Sag moon allows me to really think deeply about all types of silly things. And do silly things and come out unscathed. But the aqua Venus is like, like I don't know. I feel like the aqua Venus means that like I can see beauty in ways that people can't. Like I can see beautiful people and people might really not see it. Like I can see so much beauty. I can see so much more beautiful shit. I feel like people will try to tell me something's ugly. I'd be like, I don't see that. And like it's the way people will be beautiful and say something ugly. And now I can't help but see that they're an ugly witch. Like it's the way people just be looking ugly as fuck after they speak, and I'd be like, oh wow, like. But again, it's the way someone can look more beautiful with what they say. It's very interesting, but that's what I appreciate. Oh no, I definitely want to be a grief doula. I don't know about end of life doula. I feel like I have too much. Like I'm anxiously attached, so I don't think I can handle that. I can handle like transitioning you through like grief while you're here. I don't think I can handle like telling someone bye, like that makes me sad. I think my mom actually does that. My mom is like an end of life care worker, and it's wild to think about because again, she's not nurturing. So it's funny that she like kicks it with people like on their way out. But I think my mom has a lot of shame, and because she's a people pleaser, she kind of takes on whatever energy she gets. Like I remember one time she started working with this old Italian lady, and you could tell this old lady was like, she was having fun with the end of her life, bitch. She was making all types of candy fudge. She taught my mom how to make candy, bitch. My mom taught me how to make candy. Like, it's the way that, like, there were just so many things learned from my mom's position. And again, it's moments like that that I remember as well as the abuse, It's not a completely terrible story, but it's very much one where I'm aware that, like, being in care work, there's all different types of people. And I'm not even trying to make it seem like, oh, I don't know. I feel like I watched this video the other day where there were these men talking very candidly about how they were abusers, and it had me so sick. Like I wanted to beat all of them up. And then like they had this like video where they showed the parents of this girl who was killed, and it really just fucked me up so bad because it's like, yo. And it was a documentary on like male violence. It was about like how in America there's many men here that will kill you, and the ways that a lot of us operate and deal with men like they won't. And again, it's the ways that I've done so many risky things and like almost got for sure. And again, this isn't me trying to put too much blame on myself, but there's times where behavior that can be risky is literally just being kind to a man. And just like I say, it's dangerous to be kind to white people. It can be dangerous to be kind to a man. Very dangerous. Very dangerous to be kind to anyone privileged, honestly. Like being kind to anyone who could have power over you or use power over you, it can be dangerous. It can be. Um how do the degrees affect you? So different degrees mean different things. I am kind of like at a point where I'm reading about how different numbers of the degrees are significant. Like certain number, like the number two is ruled by Venus. So people with two in their chart are a lot of times like there's a Venus energy in that, or Venus is smiling upon you, or when Venus is doing something, the fact that your number is two, that like it impacts you in some way. That's kind of where I am with the degrees. I feel like I'm past the degrees mean something. I'm now at like what are the other degrees connected? Like that's really where I'm at, because once you find out one degree, you find out that that degree might be the seed of another degree that is the fulfillment degree, which is like whoa. And that really blew me because I found out one of the degrees that I have is connected to Capricorn 3 degree. And Capricorn 3 degree is uh a book on toxins. And it had me just like screaming because that's one of my fulfillment degrees, is like becoming someone that can like describe toxic behavior. And it had me dead because I think about the ways that like when I was younger, like I'd be so worried about toxic behavior being like seen in me. And now I'm like, no, 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 we have to talk about the toxic behavior. It's just funny. Like it's funny in retrospect that like I would be so worried about people thinking I was toxic, and it's like no, 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 no. Like you have been toxic. Like it's part of the society. Like it's you're not special. Like we actually have to talk about it. And again, it's the ways that like the shame. Like people will be like, oh my god, I've been abusive, I've been harmful, and it's like you have been. Like, what are you doing now? You could start like donating your time or your money or something to a shelter. Like again, it's the ways that like if you've done harm to a community, what does repair look like? I wish people would think about that, instead of just beating your ass. Like, we don't need you to beat your own ass. No one needs that. Communities need repair. So I'm gonna dip on that one. All right. If folks are looking for any of the links on about the things that I talked about, they will be in the comment section below by tomorrow. Okay. I'm trying my best to get better at that. I know the last video I'm still behind on putting links in that one. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. But I did get some weed that I think is gonna help me. I think. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. But I'm a dip. I love y'all so much. Oh, also sidebar. Annie, just one little thing. You said Aquarius is the innovator. Not just that, but Aquarius placements is where rejection is. I heard that and it hit me. A lot of Aquarius placements mean a lot of rejection. And so if you are an Aqua where you may be being rejected, maybe in the ego, maybe people just don't look at you, people are not looking at your pictures, liking your pictures, telling you how you look good, like Aqua Moon, people might not be able to sit with you when you're being candid. You might try to share like your real deep thoughts, and like people just do not want to hear that. I, as an Aqua Venus, I've had some very fascinating relationship lives. And I'm going to be candid. In romantic love, I don't want to say that I feel like I've dealt with a lot of rejection, but that's because I was too scared to ever like ask anyone out. And so my fear of being rejected is what stopped me from dating people that I might have wanted to date. Only allowing people to date me who like went out their way to come towards me, and never allowing myself to build a connection, to get to know that person, to really see like, are they for me? That really led me down a wild path. And while me and Dane are still like maintaining our connection romantically and friendship wise, there have definitely been moments where I realized like we really got together way too quickly for this to like be successful. Like we're definitely gonna have to do some work. And again, it's the ways that I'm at a point where I feel like we're cohabitating. I know we love each other, but I also think that we both need a lot of support, like mentally. And I feel like we're both on enough drugs that are regulating our mental health to where like we know that, which feels so good. Cause at some point it was me like acknowledging like, I really think we should have built more of a connection before getting so invested. And that's on me. Like like I had some time, but not much. And again, it's the ways things happened really fast because of poverty, because of life, because of lust, because of all types of things. But at this point, slowing down and realizing that we are really good friends romantically, we definitely need some work. But it feels good to say that and not be trying to hide, what's really happening. Because I know at some point I said I wanted to marry him. At this point, I don't think I want to marry anyone, and it's not just him. It's more that like I look at a lot of content about marriage and I just don't think that that's going to be something for me. However, I do like the idea of like having companionship, having lots of love in my life, having friends, having connections. I'm still doing sex work. Who knows? Also, there's like a man that like watches my story who tells me that he wants to be a house husband to me, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He is so fucking cute. But I don't know if I can live in the South full time. I think I could do it part time. Part time. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about spending a little bit of time with him. I'm not sure. We'll see. He's fine as fuck, but I don't know if I could do Georgia, bitch. I don't know if I could do Georgia, especially not right now, bitch. No shade to anybody in Georgia, bitch. No shade. But I just hear so many things happening down there, and I want to fight all the white people. Like it sounds crazy as fuck. So I don't know. The white people up here, they still scared. that's where I'm at. I'm like, that's why I'm up here, bitch. High key, and the weed up here, but also the white people are scary. Like they're. And somebody said, like, in the North, white people will get away from you. In the South, they'll be close to you, but they don't fuck with you. And it's awkward because it's very true. Like, even when they come close to you, they still really don't fuck with you, but they might be, again. Not stay away from men in Atlanta. Why? Tell me more. Absolutely, he's paying bills, bitch. He worked from home. That's what he mean. He mean he work from home. He's telling me I could go outside whenever I want, but he gonna work from home. No, the drugs are helping. The drugs are helping. And you know what? Me and Dane, like our compatibility with our charts is real, but I do think that like a lot of our issues are just like childhood trauma. Like just the ways that we deal with stuff. Like I just feel like we've both had a lot of like wild things happen. And unfortunately, the way I deal with relationship stuff is I build resentment and then I yell and then then he runs away and then he gives me the silent treatment and then we are cool. And then again, I build resentment. Like I feel like that's been our cycle. And like we talked about it and I know that he knows he needs to get help and I'm glad that he's finally there. I know I need to get help too. I am getting help. Don't worry. But again, it's the ways that like an avoidant person and an anxiously attached person being together with the trauma we've both had. Whew, good Lord. I'm not gonna lie. It's not been easy. And it's at times been me wanting to leave his ass. And I've told him that several times. And I think that that's another layer to the turmoil is like, I've said things that I didn't really mean, but in the moment I wanted him to like change his behavior because I'm leaving. And again, if he's not willing to change his behavior while I'm here, me leaving don't matter. And so I just got to a point where I was like, look, let's just be friends. If we're friends, then nothing really matters. Like, if we're friends, then I can accept that you can't love me the way that I want to be loved. I won't ask that of you. And that had him really sitting with it. And again, I'm not saying that we're like good. No. I'd rather be candid about that. But I'm not in that like manic, like, oh my God, it's not working out with my main supply. I gotta find someone new. I'm not there. Thank fuck. But it has really had me sitting with like, again, building connections with people takes time. Being listen. I'm gonna die one day. And there's gonna be old people lying and keeping secrets. Fuck that. I'm gonna just tell it to you now because you can't beat me up. You can't put me in jail, right? So we're gonna be okay. But again, it's the ways that our relationship has really been a lot. It's been a whirlwind. And again, I'm grateful for him. I care for him deeply. I don't feel like I'm trapped. Don't worry. I would be crowdfunding harder if I was trying to get away from him. With that being said though, I feel like again, like the ways that you can have a great relationship with someone in the beginning and then things happen, you don't feel as connected, your way of fighting is not compatible. And again, the ways that like some relationships are really so toxic that even trying to talk about them feels scary. And I get that. And I hope people know that like if you feel scared, that's not crazy. You're not crazy. I've definitely been in relationships with people that I was like, oh, I don't want to tell anyone this. I don't want to tell this story. And again, there have been moments with me and Dane where like we both were not behaving in a way that feels good to think about in the past, in now, in the present. But at the time, that's what happened. And I think fortunately for us, we have drugs. I would just keep it a book. And then not even just the weed. Like this weed is really great though. Like it's called John Magic. Bitch, if you look this shit up, it has 3.7 stars. It's not for everybody. It's really not. If you have anxiety, like if you're already stressed the fuck out mentally, no. I feel like I'm gonna look into trying to make it a tincture though, because I might be able to mellow it out. I'm gonna need someone to do a test on it if they want to. But again, I would rather be the elder that tells you, I moved really quickly with this guy and like we're having a good time still, but there are moments where it's like, dang, I really wish I would have got to know you more. And not because I don't want to be with you, but because maybe I would have like looked up some ways to communicate with you better. Again, I feel like we're both in that space where we're like, man, I thought that we could just like, be in love. And no, it turns out being with someone actually takes work. And again, I'm not saying that it should take a lot of work to be with someone, but I do think that unfortunately for both of us, I think that we're really good at like just running away or just finding something else to do. And I think this is, one of the more intentional things. And again, I'm not saying that I know how it's going to turn out. I'm not saying that I think I'm doing the right thing. I think that, for some people, after a year, you might want to leave. I get that. We're about a year and 6 months in, and I can understand someone being like, yeah, I wouldn't be in something with someone if like we're not. And again, my goal isn't to be married to him. I like the idea of dating multiple people. I feel like I said this before. I want to be solo poly bad as fuck, but like I just have not figured out like how to set it up. And I feel like Dane is really cool with whatever the fuck I want to do. Like he's really not jealous and he's not a hater. So I'm grateful for that. But because of that reality, because he's not a hater, because he's cool, I feel like I don't want to like have anyone in our life like or knowing me or him and like they're shitty and whack. So lowest of keys, I feel like my dating standards have raised, which is amazing. But again, it took time to get there. It took labor. It took listening to a lot of women. I listen to a lot of women. I try to share content from women, femmes, people who date men. Because again, a lot of us are going through some wild shit. And we're dealing with a man who may not be helpful, may not be supportive. And again, there are going to be links for men too, because again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a man hater. I really hate patriarchy. I know that. I know that I hate colonized thinking, colonized behavior, patriarchal behavior. I think that there are men out there who are challenging masculinity every day, and I try to uplift them and show them off. But I also know that they're not perfect. I know that they shouldn't be on a pedestal, right? We should be able to deplatform men when we find out that they're acting a fool. And the same thing for anybody on the internet. Like if people are acting a fool, like let's not deify them. Like let's just hold the space for the fact that that's another person on Earth. There's another mammal. Another mammal with me here. Again, I took mushrooms earlier, but like not enough to like really be like, I took mushrooms. Like it was a microdose. I made a bunch of microdose ice cubes of this one strain called Shakti. All my friends are telling me it's hitting like Prozac. I just sent out some more of it to some folks that are in completely different places in the world and have completely different lives. But the people that are like parents, they've been like, bitch. And then also somebody traded me. I said this the other day. Somebody traded me some jars for some honey, and I'm really hoping for some good news because they were going through a lot of mental distress. Like they're in California, and a pipe burst in their house, and they have mad cats. It's a mess, but I'm really hoping things get figured out for them. Did taking away the romantic expectation make living together easier? Here's the thing. I feel like I told him we could just be friends, but that's not what he wanted. Like he desired to like get help so that he could be more present with me because the issue really is that he has a fear of bringing up like bad things. Like he told me today that like, saying sorry has always been met by other past partners with if you like, you're really not sorry. And so he was telling me that he doesn't like to say sorry because he's waiting for someone to say you're lying. And it sucks because like there are times where he says stuff and I'll be doing that shit too. Like it's like there's moments where we'll have fights and I like literally will like bombard him with like a fucking wall of text. And again, it's the way that like I just started to notice my behavior and I'm glad I did because again, it's the ways that every pot has a lid. Yeah, your partner might be avoidant, but your anxious attachment is there too. And so I feel like I've been trying to just remember that like his behavior isn't just out of nowhere. He's not just running away from nothing. He's running away from someone who's very angry because they haven't been again heard. So there's a layer to it where it's like he holds that he's not been listening, but also that I'm not talking in a way. I'm not speaking. I'm screaming. And it's like when you're yelling, and I'm not saying that yelling is bad. What I'm saying is like when you're yelling at someone, you're not expecting a conversation. And so it's the ways that I would set him up to be yelling at him. And like, what is he gonna do? He's not gonna yell back at me. He's gonna get away from me. And then again, we're in a cycle. And so I'm grateful that he's aware that we're in a cycle, that we're in that together. That does not mean that everything's gonna be good. I just want to put that out there that like I'm not saying this for anyone to think deeply about my relationship. What I'm saying this for is because it's important to talk about times where you may have, jumped into something. You may be with somebody and things might need to shift. Again, I know that right now trying to move out, trying to do something different for everybody is not possible. If you're there, please reach out to me. I would really love to be supportive as much as possible. Findhelp.org is always there. But also buy nothing. If you go on Facebook into the search, if you still have Facebook, I understand not having Facebook anymore because apparently in December, they're going to be able to look at DMs. And this means Meta. This means Facebook. This means Instagram. This means Threads. DMs will be able to be read, which is very strange. But again, I want folks to just hold that this is what I've heard. I'm hoping that we can figure out where we're going. I know some people said Bluesky. I'm not sure I made one, but then a bunch of like folks who were Asian were like, why the fuck are y'all on here? And it was awkward as hell because like, Valid, like y'all are on there. Like apparently it was for like Asian folks and Asian American folks to be able to talk to each other. And so they were very pissed. So I got up off there because I didn't want to get cussed out, but we're here. But yeah, again, I think that like me saying like we could just be friends was me just trying to let him know like I'm willing to like still love you and be with you in ways, but I don't know that like romantically I want to be with you anymore. And he was like, I'm hearing that, and he's like, I'm willing to change. But again, it's the way that him changing was him literally unloading and sharing finally things that again are painful, things that don't feel good. Like he's very, very much not wanting to tell me stuff, and he has a Scorpio stellium. Let's be real. I talk way too much for him to tell me everything. He knows that. And so again, it's the way that there's going to always be a layer of secrecy there. I have to hold that. But he also has a Virgo Venus, which makes it really easy for me to know that he still cares about me. One thing about Virgo Venus is if they don't like you, bitch, just keep that in mind, bitch. Like Aqua Venus, yeah, if Aqua Venus and Virgo Venus don't fuck with you, fuck it, Taurus Venus too, bitch. Then you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell, bitch. Like you'll be really able to tell, bitch, because it's a material expression. Don't get me wrong. As an Aqua Venus, Cap Stellium, I just know that money is fake. I feel like that's why it's so easy to give away. It's not real. I mean, it is, but like again, like the idea that like your hour is worth $13.50 is insane. That's what I mean about it being fake. It's like the idea that anybody's time is worth a few dollars. Like what? Like I'm sorry. Like there's just something about that. Like a handful of pennies is my hours. Like I'm sorry. again, again, I am on. I feel like that's the thing about this weed. This weed make me feel good as fuck. Like, but somebody said they had a bad time. They said they had bad thoughts smoking on this, and that makes me sad as hell. But I also think about the ways that if you have anxiety, this strain got a lot of energy. Oh shit! Major Scorpio Virgo placements in someone's chart. You're out. Ooh. See, and that's the thing. Like, he can be critical at times, sure, and very, very low key. But I feel like he's not. I don't know. I feel like, you know what? I want to also say, because my man like work during the day and he go to sleep at he sleeps. He sleeps during the day. Sometimes. Today he did not get a lot of rest. He was really bugging out today. But he usually sleeps during the day. So like, lowest of keys, bitch. Like, it's the perfect relationship to be solo poly. Like, at night he's at work. I could be doing my thug thizzle. And then when he comes home in the morning, I could be coming in. I could be coming back from the date. You feel me? Like, again, it really will work out. I don't think we will miss a fucking beat. But again, I'm not looking for anyone. I'm gonna put that out there right now. I feel like this relationship situation that I'm in right now is very important to me. I really want to, as I told him, I care about him. I want to be companions if anything. I feel like if we can't get back on track romantically, I'm not about to be like mad at him. But if I'm being super, super candid, I feel like part of our romantic issues is that like it's just become very routine and boring at times. And then also he very silent, very lockbox. And then when he do talk, it's seemingly about everything but what I want to talk about. And it very much frustrates me because there's so many times where I'll be saying stuff about our life and I just feel like I'm alone. And I know I'm really not, because like I see him showing up, but verbally he's not very strong. And so he's the type of person that'll fill up the fridge, wash the dishes. Like, he'll be present. But when it comes down to it, he's never gonna look at me and be like, all right, so what you want to do on Saturday? He's never gonna do that. Or rather, he's never done it. Like, he's not the guy that says like that makes the plan. And like, there's moments where I'm like, I don't want to make the plan. I want you to tell me what we doing today. And I feel like that's again, that's one of my major issues with him, is that I feel like I'm controlling shit. And there's moments where I just want to sit back and just, and again, it's the way that like in his mind, he's thinking it's good that I have control over what we do, that I say something and then it gets done. But there's times where I just want him to say, I'd like to do this, or let's do this. Like, it just feels like he only really makes a plan for something if it's like fun. Like, any kind of work, any kind of something. Like, I've been trying to get this table put together because I really want a table to do art. Somehow we conveniently never get it done. And again, it's the way that our last fight was about this motherfucking table. And again, it's the way that like there's moments where I feel like, or not moments, like he told me, he's like, I have like that rejection or that resistant where like if you tell him to do something, he don't want to do it. And it's like, well then, bitch, write down a list of shit that you heard me say I want you to do, and do it in an order that feels right. Like, I've come up with solutions, and there's just moments where I'm just like, bro. And then he tells me like, I'm not really good at communication. And it's like, well then. But again, it's the ways that there's so many other things he's good at. And I feel like that's what's frustrating. It's like he's great at a lot of things, but there's some things that really matter to me that I just can't let go. And so again, instead of letting them go, he's saying that he can work harder on it. That's great. But again, I feel like I'm just at a point where I'm not invested in the relationship getting better as much as I'm invested in like me having more fun. Like, I feel like, and I'm happy about that, because sometimes you be with somebody and you want things to go a certain way, and when they're not, you start being like, oh, I gotta break up with you, and I'm not there. I'm just like, like maybe you need some time to really process what you need. I'm willing to give you some time. In the meantime, I'm going to be spoiling myself. And I feel like that's the best solution, because it's very much not going to trigger his abandonment, right? I'm still here, but it's also going to fulfill my needs and desires, which is to be a maker, to be a creatrix. And so I bought myself a bunch of art supplies. I bought a new mount for my camera so that I can like take y'all with me outside. We can go be in the earth. Who knows? Maybe I'll take y'all to an event. But my energy is very much like, what do I want to do? And I've never been there romantically. I've never been in a relationship where I felt like things weren't going the way I wanted them to, or I wasn't feeling as connected. And then I'm like, well, what do you want to do? What would make you happy? And so I feel like that's the only thing I'm really focused on, is like how much like I really want to be happy. And if it's not gonna be in this way, then I can find another way, right? But again, have I always been there? Fuck no. Usually, like what I would do is just get on the apps. I start trying to find me a new hoe. Again. I don't think I have a love addiction as much as my chart literally told me like I see love in a way that is just so much bigger than we describe it. Like I'm aware that there's 8 different types of love. Not everyone's aware of that. And so because of that, it may seem sometimes like I'm addicted to all different types of stuff, but it's more that like I can see so many, and again, the Aquarius, I can see so many different types of ways to love people. And sometimes it's uncomfortable to think about other ways to love. Like sometimes love is just listening to somebody on the phone when they're going through a hard time. Sometimes love is your thighs touching when you're sitting somewhere public. Sometimes a love is a hug from somebody that you have not seen in so long, and the way that it feels like medicine. Sometimes love is literally getting yourself the biggest piece of snack that you like and doing all the fun shit you like to do wherever the fuck that is, in your house, outside your house, in your tub, in your kitchen, whatever that is. Like there's so many loves. Like there's loves from elders, the kind of love that feels like you could never possibly give it back to them, the kind of love that feels like it's mountains, and you're like, what? Again, love is all around us. And so that's really my energy, is like, I know that Dane's having a hard time, like he hates his job. So our relationship feeling monotonous like the job, it probably is, probably part of it. And so again, I know that it's not on one person to fix the relationship. And so if I'm feeling like I've been doing too much to try to fix something, why don't I go have some fun? That's where I'm at. Again, everyone not gonna be there, and you're not crazy. You're not. Your situation probably makes sense for where the fuck you're at. If people are not treating you good, I'm sorry. Again, there will be links in the comment section below to just, again, maybe find more information, maybe look more into the fun things for yourself. I'm also going to put the Black Hope Corps tag down there, because there are so many things posted online that do not make Black people feel good. And I'm hoping that by sharing this link, people will flood themselves with like really good visuals and stories from Black folks that make them feel comfortable to maybe, look deeper into the tag. But if you type in Black Hope Corps, it's basically stories that Black people are sharing with us, so that other Black folks can see, there is more than just the suffering that the white supremacist world we live in continues to feed back a loop out there. Because again, we're in a time of AI racism, tech racism. There's just so much racism. Some of y'all know what it's like. We be in the chat, someone starts trying to write the N-word with the hard R in the chat for no fucking reason. Again, it's the way that being online while Black is fucking disgusting. And I'm hoping that people who are not Black hear that and uplift some Black Hope Corps, uplift some Black people's GoFundMes, because that's also part of Hope Corps. That, oh shit, you saw this Black person needed some money? Who gives a fuck what it's for? Just uplift that they needed the support. Give them some money. Why not? I'm a dip, but before I go, there's someone that I'm gonna do a live with soon. They are currently van dwelling like I used to be. I know y'all remember when I was living in a van. I don't know how often I went live. I don't think there's many lives from that time. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm gonna go look and see. But yeah, I think I was on Facebook a lot, or Instagram a lot. I can't really remember. But no, I was on Periscope. That's why we can't find all the fucking homeless motherfucking footage. I'm so pissed about that. I found a video from me being homeless, but I literally lost it. I'm going to keep looking though. I got you. I definitely got you. But getting back on topic, this person is living in a van right now, and they're crowdfunding for a power bank. If anyone can support them, I would really appreciate it. If folks don't have the means to support them, you can still share their mutual aid a flyer. And also, if you're able to tune in and watch the live, our plan is to do it on Instagram, probably not here, unless they wanted to start a channel, which I'm trying to encourage them to, because I think if they started sharing their content on YouTube, I think they'd get a lot more support. But again, when you're living in a van, getting eyes on you is important. Like, I literally only survived living in a van because people on the internet cared about me and my partner. I would not have made it without people seeing what was happening. And so my desire is to uplift this person, and maybe y'all will care about their journey. Maybe y'all will watch them. Maybe y'all will, look into what's going on. They were actually, like, when I asked them if they wanted to go live, they thought I was asking them to live together. And I was like, I wouldn't hate cohabitating. I was like, we should talk about it, because I've been wanting to like this is gonna be off topic, and I know I said I'm leaving, but I have to say this. There's a girlie in New Orleans who started a coven, and like the coven is like a bunch of like really beautiful femmes, and like these men come to the house and like give them money for rent, and it's like, what the fuck? And I just feel like I would love to do that with like other fat femmes. Like, I would love to create like a house of fat, and I also want to create just, and again, I want there to be like more than that, but I want to just like make sure like I'm considering like how like poverty, houselessness affects us fat people. Like, it's really insane. And like living in a van, like if I had to live in a car, bitch, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I had that much space in that van. Because my body, bitch. But again, like living in a van is not a joke. It's not a game. But again, I'm hoping that like this can lead to housing for them. It can lead to like more stability for them. Who really knows, bitch? Like, real talk, bitch. Somebody from here sent me $1,000 one time, literally, and it was all because somebody in the chat was saying something, and I was like, I've never had $1,000, and then someone sent it to me. So that's how I know. Like, some people don't realize it, but like, the internet is full of people that don't fucking know you, and they might still fucking help you. And please do not think that you can't be one of those people that offer the help or are receiving of it. I know some people don't believe in magic. I get it. But it's out here. There is magical stuff happening all the time. And a lot of times it's community. A lot of times it's other people loving you and showing up for you. It happens all the time. You don't want to date no more? That's real. Dating sucks. Like, it's not good. Like, dude, oh my God, I have to show you this. I have to show you this before I go. I'm so sorry in advance. I'm so sorry in advance to anybody. Trigger warning for an old man saying I'm dead. They literally cut my whole shit. They were like, bitch, not you about to show this nasty ass shit. But this old man was basically trying to get me to come fuck him. And it's awkward because I was never about to go fuck this man. Just as like a aside, I'd be lying to these men. I'll say anything to a man to get money. I just want to put that out there right now. A man asked me to buy some dookie from me, and I was like, let's talk. Again, I will talk to a man about anything as long as it makes sense financially. Let's see. Let me get this man. Damn, he is in. We gotta go deep. We gotta go deep into the photos. Good God. My phone is really taking forever. Yes! Touchdown! All right. Okay, let's see. Because he was a nasty little old man. Very nasty. Okay. And we all zoomed in and shit. And I can't show you the other one because, bitch, the other one... Basically, he was saying that his name was Ed. He's like, do you like older men? He was trying to figure out if I would should fuck him. He said some other nasty shit, and I'm low-key, I'm like, should I even bother showing it to you? And I am. And I am. Yeah. He said he wants to have a woman come in him, or he wants to come in a woman a couple times. Like, Lois of Keys, bitch, all I told him was, yeah, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. We ended up talking a little bit on the phone. Excuse me, no, we never talked on the phone. We talked through text. And in text, he just kept on asking me the same questions. And it was awkward because I could tell, like, he's a bug. Like, again, like any man who asks you the same question multiple times, even though you answer it, they're a bug. But yeah, no, he was very ugly, very old. And so I immediately was like, bitch, I'm about to catch some money. But he was one of those old man tricks. And again, if you're an online sex worker, this is just a reminder that you never need to leave the internet to meet any of these men. A lot of them will give you money on the internet. There are some men who people won't because they think that they're better than those men. They're not. They just aren't there yet. They're getting there slowly because, again, more femmes are not going to, like, again, you saying you don't like dating, this is part of it. Like, men being awful means more femmes are like, eh. Meaning a lot of them are horny as fuck and they're hitting up bitches on the internet like we're sex workers. Some of us are, and some of us are going to rob them. And again, that was my plan. I was going to rob this man. But then he basically told me he wasn't going to send me any money on the internet. And I'm like, all right, then fuck you. Because again, there are so many men that will that it's like, I'll never talk to a man online for free. There's no need. There's no need. Like, it'd be funny to me. Like, men really will talk to you. Like, they will really pay you to talk to them. You do not need to talk to them for free. And again, it's the ways that, don't get me wrong, if you're trying to talk to a man for free, that's great. I love that for you. You don't have to be a sex worker. Don't be a sex worker. It's scary to be a sex worker. It's bad to be a sex worker. I'm joking. But like, you know, I feel like some people might accuse me of like wanting to get people into sex work, but I really want people to know what happens in sex work because nobody really talks about it. Like, don't get me wrong. Somebody will take you under their wing as a home mother and might charge you money. Not everyone, but some people will do that. Between me and you, when I knew way less, I was trying to do that shit, which is crazy because I didn't really know anything, but I was knowing enough to where I thought I could get some money off my expertise. At this point, I feel like it makes way more sense just to give as much information away for free as possible because real talk, you really never know who's out here and who's doing what. And again, sex work can really get a lot of people caught up, especially if you're fat. Like, especially if you're fat. Like, if you don't have a lot of romantic experience, sex work might be dangerous because I definitely used to think, like, ignorantly when I was in my 20s and doing sex work that, like, I was going to meet this man. Like, oh, my God, bitch, I was dealing with this man from Israel. Bitch, my God. I never told y'all about Yotam, did I? I never told y'all about Yotam. Ooh, I was dealing with this Israeli man, bitch. He was sending me money. It's crazy. And now he act like he don't know me. It hurt it. I can't lie. And this was before Free Palestine energy, bitch. This is like 20-something. But, or not even. Yeah, it was like 2015, 2016. But again, it's the way that I thought I was dating this man. I thought that we was about to get married. Like, it's the way I was about to go to Israel, bitch. I thought I was about to go to Israel. Sorry. Even hoes get fucked up. Even hoes think, this some good weed, bitch. I gotta put this down. This weed got me talking so much. But I'm just saying though, like, this man, I thought me and Yotam was gonna be everything. I thought I was going to Israel, bitch. That's sad. And I swear to God, I popped out. Like, he like ghosted on me like after like months. Like, he was paying me good. And then out of nowhere, he was like, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I was like, and I had to talk to him to find that out. Like, he just ghosted me. I'm like, what's going on? And he was dealing with other bitches. Again, bitch, I was sick. I was so sick. Bitch, it's the way I really thought I was going to, like, I swear to God, I thought I was going to Israel. Swear. Oh, big dummy. Big dummy. Listen, some man thought he was gonna be my man. There's a lot of men that thought they was gonna be my boo too, and they had to find out the hard way. But low key, I posted a picture of like one of my old hoes finding me again. This is for any fat bitches out there that are wanting to hoe and wanna like just try it out. Cause I'm not gonna put you in a cage with a Rottweiler. I'm not gonna do that. I could if you're ready. Like, if you're ready to deal with like the big dog, I feel you. But if you just want to try some shit out, Woo Plus, trust me. The app is called Woo Plus. Trust me. I got money off there 2 times at this point. And one of them was my old hoe from the big dog place. He clearly just trying to find fat bitches. Like, and it's funny because Woo Plus is really just like for fat women. Mostly, it's like admirers of fat women. And so a lot of the men on there are into all different types of kinks. And this dude, this was one of my favorite clients because he very unserious bitch. Like he very much is attracted to a fat, excuse me, to a fat bitch that's shaped like a blueberry. Like that's his kink. He want to get a bitch so fat she turned to a circle. And he loved talking about it. He will pay you money to talk about getting as fat as a giant blueberry. Why would I not? Bitch, I talk for free about so much. Why wouldn't I get paid to pretend like, yeah, I am going to fill with juice and become a giant blueberry? Sure. But it does got me thinking about how some of y'all will notice, especially if you're fat, some of these kinks are very connected to media. Like clearly when he watched Willy Wonka. Clearly when he watched Willy Wonka, it did something for him, bitch. And I had no idea this kink existed. But there are men out there who want a bitch to get so fat she looks like a big ass blueberry. Look it up. It's called blueberry play. Swear. And that's the whole kink. A motherfucker just wants you to take a picture and put a purple filter on it. Swear. Swear. Bitches is getting money to be blueberries. I know somebody giggling in the bed, rubbing their feet like a cricket. I'm glad, bitch. I'm glad. It's silly. Again, some sex workers are comedians. Some of us are very much comedians. We're having a good time. We're doing a lot of improv, bitch, honestly. But yeah, no, my old client popped up on me. And Lowest of Keys, bitch, one thing about him, he is big as fuck. Like, he literally goes to the gym. And, like, right now, he's at 450, like, pounds. Like, he can bench 450, bitch. Like, that's really his kink. He loves to, like, be able to pick up a fat bitch, like a big, big bitch. Like he loves like a giant bitch and being able to, again, be able to handle being with a bigger woman. And again, it's the ways that he not only wants to be physical with a bigger woman, he also wants to pretend like her body is filling up with juice. Again, I'm never trying to make it seem like I'm a normal or reasonable person. I'm just having fun. But I will say that this man, in particular, like he is a white dude in California, and he literally loves fat bitches. Isn't that sad? A white man in California, and all he want is a big fat bitch. Isn't that tragic? But he'll pay me in Michigan. Isn't that funny as fuck? Again, it's going to be a different world in the future. It is. It is. More women are taking themselves seriously, meaning more men will be paying bitches like me. It's nice. Again, I hope that folks know that like the sex work boom isn't all fun and games. There's a lot of sex workers who are just doing this shit to get some food, and I feel you. I've definitely been there. I've definitely been a survival sex worker. Like, I feel like my entire time, I never was making so much money that like I could just like be like whatever. I needed to make money doing sex work. And again, right now, I told y'all I'm down bad. I need to get a new phone to do sex work. And phone prices are crazy. Like it's what I'm going to the pawn shop. Like I'm really about to hit the pawn shop and see what they got. Cause no. But when I get back on my shit, I can't wait to post more about some hoe shit. Cause again, I know somebody out there knows when you go on these dating apps, these men be nasty as fuck. Some of them will give you money just to talk to you, bitch, because ain't nobody gonna meet up with them. And again, the more desperate they are for sexual desire, the more quickly they start telling you sexual stuff. Like that is a moment to say, what's my limit? Like how much you willing to spend, babe? And if they're not spending anything, report them and block them so no other bitches got to deal with them. And that's what I did to that old white man. Because it's like, girl, not you talking about you want to come inside of bitches. At 63 years old, fuck out of here. You are bugging. Like, again, it's the way that I know most bitches probably are reporting him or blocking him. And so he's going to at some point get more desperate. So yeah, so just keep that in mind. Keep your pimp hand strong. Keep your hoe hand strong. Stay away from these men that are whack. If they're not, again, I want to say there's a balance because it's like, am I treating my man like a hoe, a trick? No, but that's because he loves me and he buys me stuff. I don't have to really fucking, you know, like if I say I want some money, like he's gonna give me some money. But again, I don't want to ask him for money. He's already doing so much for me. So again, being a hoe works for me because my man already takes care of me so much that other men could take care of me. And every now and then, I'll be like, you know what? Buy my man some food too. And my man will get some food off another man. And I love that. And then there's times where my man be annoying me. And then I'll be like, buy this woman some stuff because you're pissing me off. Help bitches. And he do what I say. So again, you really never know what's possible until you let bitches know what you will not accept. And who knows? Maybe they'll realize that you're smart and you're right. And they should give that money to that woman. And they should pay for that lady stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Intervene. Intervene. You never know. Anyways, I love y'all so much. Hope you have a good day. Thank y'all for listening to me. Yes, I was high as fuck. The shit is called Jaw Magic. It is very much, whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyways, bye.